I got regrets. Oh my goodness, I look so pale today. Where's the blood at? Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Miro, which you already know if you're the regular viewer of the channel, and if you're not, today we have a challenging video. I was initially going to record this in my room, but alas, do we see the dead Hoya? Oh, we absolutely do. Listen, they're not dead. They are underwatered, which is a new approach for the mealybug treatment. Anyway, let's just continue, shall we? So we have a challenging video ahead of us. It's not going to be easy. I wanted to do it in my room because it is very windy outside, but I just don't think it is possible because we do need to repot the two big aroids. We really need to repot this one, which unfortunately got damaged during the summer, but that's a story time for another video. We need to repot my very big philodendron atabapoense and I guess formerly known as bipinnatifidum. Don't care what the name is now. It's in the back. You can actually see that one. Don't know if you can see my atabapoense, but it's it's giving a lot, and we're not really sure we want everything that it is giving. I bought some new pots for these aroids, and I'm going to try to repot him today. He has not seen many things. He has not seen water for the past 4 months. I did say on my Discord, I'm not gonna say this, but it's the truth. Since July, I last watered this plant in July. As we can see, it's alive and doing well. And I didn't water it until like 2 weeks ago. It was staying outside of the room in another kind of shaded room, which my dad used as his studio for painting, but I didn't water it. Maybe he gave him a bit of water. Even when it's staying in my room, it doesn't get much water because it's in a huge pot and it does need that huge pot. And we're just gonna give him a slightly different, potentially smaller pot, not because I think the pot is the issue. There are no issues aside from him being not very stable, so we have to stabilize him, which I wanted to do for a year. And we're gonna give him a different pot because obviously, I don't know if you saw my previous videos, if you're for the first time here, but this is not where they used to live. And now they live on a new cabinet that I bought. I'm going to talk about this in a future video, how I rearranged everything because it's still ongoing. But I decided I need to get some ceramic pots to stabilize these aroids because they're very top heavy. And I ended up getting two blue pots. I was going for more like a minty green, but they didn't have that. So we're gonna just take what they have. So first of all, the pot is... Oh, hold on. We need to clip the microphone, which I do not love, because sometimes it's so heavy. This pot is like, I don't know, 10 kilos. So this pot is a ceramic pot. It's not glazed on the inside, but it's just gonna serve as a very heavy cover pot. It does have holes, but we're not gonna pot directly into this because I don't have a nice saucer. So I'm just gonna put this plastic saucer on the inside, and then we are repotting the aroid into this pot. Pretty big. It's in a similar pot, but square, so it's gonna be a downsize a bit. And it sits flush. So this is the pot. I don't hate it, I just think it would look nicer if it was minty green. So heavy. You might think this pot is small, but I am almost 2 meters tall, 4 centimeters short of 2 meters. So this is a huge pot, okay? She huge and she heavy. Anyway, this pot was probably the cheapest I could find of this size. I did not want to spend $100 in a pot or 50. This is around $20, maybe $24, which is 21, 22 euros, something like that. I got two. And I need one more, but I just thought it would be silly to get 3 identical pots. I need one for the billieti, or bilieti to be correct. That one actually probably needs it the most because he's the most heavy, top heavy on one side. But, you know, the atabapoense is no better. So we're gonna try to repot him outside. There's gonna be wind. I honestly try to control the wind. I always wish I could control the weather, but unfortunately, it seems that I have not been granted that magical power. So sad. I would cause storms all the time. Maybe that's why I wasn't granted these powers. Anyway, we're gonna put him in this pot. I'm gonna leave the ceramic pots here so I don't break them. And yeah, that's essentially the goal here. I'm going to try to stabilize him. I will try to talk outside, but again, there will be wind. Just saying. Obviously, it's October. I was supposed to do this much sooner, like number one, a year ago, but number two, like we could have done this in the spring, but we're doing it now. It's never too late. So they say. I'm not very confident that I can even stabilize it, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna use 3 stakes here and zip tie them and kind of pray it works. So I guess it's time to take you outside. I'm just like postponing this. I'm just talking and talking and talking, hoping that we don't have to go. But I also am very limited with the time. I got a wedding tomorrow that I'm decorating with my friend Nicoletta, so we gotta do that. Oh, these are Polish pots if anyone cares. Polnix is the brand. People in the EU probably have these all across the garden centers. They're supposed to be frost proof. I'm really grateful for all the stickers. Love the stickers. I was mixing some potting mix, that's why we have the gloves on. So it's time to go. We're going to drill the holes into these 25 centimeter pot. Currently, it's in a bigger one, but you know, I'm hoping it has to fit into this. Okay, see you outside in the wind. The camera says we're backlit, but that's actually untrue. You probably don't see much because I don't see you. So we have the pot. We have the pot. I literally can't tell. There's nothing on the screen. So here's the philodendron. Let me see if I can just change the angle. Okay, I have to move. There's way too much traffic there. So let me just try to go. I don't know if we can see. I'm already so tired. I can smell that I did break something. Philodendrons have a very characteristic smell of their sap. So, nice. Love that. Anyway, we should not grab the new growth. I have no idea what you can see. The camera is so far away from me, but he's not small. This bottom leaf is broken. He did fall several times during the summer. He wasn't outside. He was outside for a couple of days only, but during those couple of days he did fall, unfortunately, because it was so windy. It is very windy today, so this is going to be very challenging because I have to grab a couple of more things. This leaf is broken. It's been broken. It's been holding on by a thread, so that's unfortunate. We also have abundance of leaves. I don't know how to stabilize it, but see, the issue is this. It's very unstable in that pot. I think I'm gonna try to turn it towards the wood. Like so. And you all are in charge for that. If that falls over, I'm going to blame you. You're doing a good job so far watching the plant. We do see that the pot, I think, is slightly taller, but I don't think it is wider. I don't know what you will be able to see. The pot is taller, but this one is wider, actually. The diagonal is wider. This one only has 4 holes on the side, because I was hoping it could work out as a self-watering in a way. And it did. I guess I'm gonna try to do the same here. I typically use a soldering iron for this, but like, what the heck? Maybe this is gonna work. Or I will crack the pot. I think the trick is to go slow. Not that slow. Oh wow, this is working out fantastically. No, no, he's gonna fall. Okay, maybe he's not. Put 2 holes on the side. I know this seems counterintuitive, but I did put like a layer of leca before, and it seemed to have worked really well because he grew a bunch since the last repot. So I'm just gonna do it again, and now I'm just gonna drill holes for the stakes. We can just put 3 and they're not gonna be that visible. There's already 2 in the pot, so I think adding a 3rd one is fine because I'm gonna take the bamboo one and the green one is not so visible. Let's just give it a go. I'm gonna use a slightly thinner drill bit, or maybe I don't need to use a thinner drill bit. The wind is really blowing, like it's so annoying. I'm annoyed. No, big wind. He's fine, he's fine. Why is this the windiest day that ever existed on the planet Earth? I drilled holes all over. They're not ideal, but they're gonna do the job of holding these stakes, I hope. So I'm just gonna use zip ties to attach 2, and then we need to get the 3rd one out of that philodendron. I hope this helps with stability. Oh, there's neighbor's cat here. Hello, Missy. But she's not very friendly. Now we're coming to the most challenging part, which is laying this on the ground without breaking it, which honestly, is this happening? Don't know. Okay, it is. Oh, he flat on the ground. Okay, let's get him out of this pot, which is a task I think is gonna be easy. You're gonna get new mix. I don't even know where his stem is. Being a little bit stubborn here. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Okay. So we do have some leca on the bottom. So that was definitely happening. He doesn't have a huge root ball, so that's good. He does have healthy roots. We're gonna give him a nice fresh mix. So I'm gonna put a bit of leca on the bottom as well there. Just gonna loosen up the mix. I do think there are a lot of roots in this moss ball, which I was hoping to remove. Can we? Let's try. Because that's an eyesore. Don't know what it's gonna look like when I remove those. This is like a tiny, tiny moss ball, which is not doing much. It certainly was not the crucial factor to upsizing this philodendron. I think honestly they upsized out of pure spite. I need the stake. I mean, I don't water this moss ball either, so I doubt that it's doing anything. I'm also going to try to get some of these aerial roots in the pot. There we go. I will just undo the stake, zip it. See? This was the pot. I guess you could say that this one is slightly bigger. It's fine. He's gonna like it. He's gonna explode, probably, with growth again. The idea is to join this at the top. Oh no, one stake is upside down. No! No. Fine, I will undo it. They are a little bit too tight, I'm not gonna lie. Like, they are deforming the pot. I think I tied them too tight. And maybe that's fine. Yeah, let's fix that one that's upside down. There we go. I'm going to add leca to the bottom here as well. I'm gonna add a bit of the potting mix. This is cocoa peat perlite, cocoa husk, orchid bark and a little bit of worm castings. And then we add our child. Oh, my goodness. Now then, yeah, this pot is not too big. He's a little bit refusing to go in. But don't be a player, I know you can fit. Maybe if we could get this aerial root in there, that wouldn't be the worst. All right, he's in. All we gotta do now is arrange the stakes and the leaves and stabilize them and pray I don't break anything in the process. Can I ask for a little bit of cooperation? Just a tiny bit. Like, you don't have to do anything crazy, but just like a tiny bit of cooperation. Mister, I need to tie him temporarily. And the third stake, I think, is mostly fine. I think I have a bee. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I have something in my hair. Oh no. I had a stink bug in my hair. Okay, I'm gonna zip tie these. That was not okay. Let's just get these in the middle. That's stabler. My question now is, how do we get the bamboo stake? Because I think it needs the bamboo stake as well. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Because he's kind of going in the middle and these are like more to stabilize everything, you know? I don't know. At least I'm convincing myself that's what I'm doing here. So he's much more stabler, which I like. We got more roots in the pot, which I also like. Now, all we need to get in the pot is the potting mix. I used to have in the pot slow release. I didn't order it. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I was gonna say that it's not available right now. That's untrue. It never was available locally. I always had to order it. So I have to order some slow release and then I will add it. But we do have worm castings, only a little bit though for this size. So hope that helps. Honestly, this looks almost professionally grown, if you ask me. All right, I think we're done with the repot. I'm going to bring him inside now, and I'll see if I have time to do one more. We are back with this Thamatophyllum. I will just keep calling it Thamatophyllum. I know it's a philodendron now. And this one doesn't necessarily need a repot. I believe we did repot him recently at the beginning of the season. However, the reason why I'm doing these repots, and I didn't tell you, is that these pots cannot fit in that cover pot because even though they look smaller, the diagonal is bigger than these, I measured, so they can't fit. Both of them had thrips, and this one needs probably one more round of spinosad, which in the US it's bonite. And probably they need 2 more rounds because I was supposed to do 2 consecutive rounds, 1 week apart, but I didn't. I just did 1. And I guess I'm just gonna do 2 rounds sometime soon. Now, if we do remember well, this one did not have amazing roots. It was in a pretty crappy mix. We are just going to see what the roots look like now. All right, let's unpot him. Okay, my goodness, we do have some nicer roots, which does make me happy. So this plant definitely loved the newer mix. We do have some nice chunky roots, that's great. All right, nice recovery. I would like some stakes in the pot here too, just so I can arrange the leaves. It's a little bit annoying they're all over the place. Okay, don't tell me you can't fit. Every single time I repot these plants, Hoyas too, and I upsize them, and they're like, no, I want bigger. It's not big enough. I'm gonna get more of the aerial roots inside. I do expect a bit of an explosion in growth. It would be nice if I had something here. Maybe I can use this pot to scoop this. Hopefully we will have enough mix left for more aroids that need a repot, which is all of them. There we go. I'm not going to water them right away. The mix is a little bit moist and they have been watered. So I think I'm just gonna wait like a week and then I'll give them like a nice soak. Or if I notice that the mix is too dry in a couple of days, then probably I'll give them a soak. But there we go. I knew this one was gonna be easy. It's just the atabapoense that was torturing me. And we do have some dry bits. I was thinking about defoliating him because of the thrips, but I guess we're fine. I did not expect that it was gonna be solved so easily. There we go. So that's it with the repots. I'm gonna put them back in the room. I do need a different shelf to put that aroid on. The shelf it's currently on, I don't think it can support that ceramic pot. It will be risky. I will try it, but I am going to order a different shelf for them. And these we can use for different plants once they have been washed. Okay, well that's a lot of mess to clean up, isn't it? So here we are back inside, and I do need to find a different pot for this Philodendron biliaceae and a different shelf for this Philodendron bipinnatifidum, aka Thaumatophyllum, because first of all, this shelf is super ugly, and it will also sit a little bit higher than it currently is. And atabapoense, we have a couple of leaves there on the tent. You know, he did move the leaves a bit because he was in a different space. So now we need to wait for him to orient the leaves towards the light, but I think it's gonna look nice. You actually can't even see how big he is. I mean, this angle is not doing us any favors, but he's big, he's big. He's not a small plant, and there's a lot of him, a lot of leaves. He will get watered soon. They still have not been watered. We also have the new leaf here, and there is a new one on the way. I'm sorry for all the mess around the plants, but it is how it is. And yeah, I hope that they do not have any thrips. I did inspect the new leaves and I don't see anything. So let's hope it stays that way. This one still does concern me, but I think it's mostly just the thrips damage. That's not even the worst leaf. Things like that. But I do need to make sure to spray them one more time, and then I will be safe. So in a future video, we will repot this biliaceae and give him a nicer pot as soon as I find one. And hopefully he will start to look better. I mean, I'm sorry about this. That was a burn. He was touching the ground outside and there was like a metal plate, so it got burned. Overall, he is healthy. They just had rough summer when they fell over multiple times, etc. So, But I think the pods are not too terrible. I'm actually relatively happy. I'm going to try to find something nicer though for the one in the middle. That is all for today. I would record this with my face showing, but I'm super tired and I look absolutely atrocious. So no face today. Next time, and I will see you in the next video. Let me know what you think about the pots. Please say they're not too ugly. I think they're nice. It's just the pots are beautiful. They just don't fit with the color scheme as well. But I think maybe we can add a couple of blue things and then it will look nicer. Anyway, See you in the next video. Goodbye! I would like to take some time to thank all of my patrons for their incredible support. A massive shout out to my $5 patrons. My 2 anonymous patrons, Alex von Siebenthal, Anna Margaret Moon, Andrea Jerish, Angela Bernard, Anna Malia, Anna P. Aspen Drake, Betsy Brett Noble, Catherine Molina, Connie Pagano, Daniela Danube Daniels, Daria W, Deanne Sikorsky, Edith W, Elena Saxon, Ellen, Farah Francis Wilkins, Gathering Moss, Gina Geise, Grossitz Kyle, Hannah Matlin, Hoji Scott, Into the Forest, Yana Griffin, Jen C, Jessica Chio, Jody T. Gomez, Jonas Barr, Hjorth Larson, Kara, Catherine P, Casey Gross, Kelso, Kimberly Polka, Christy Ehrlich, Laura Castle, Al Lindbergh, Lee Mooney, Lucas Erchevsky, Mandy Milliken, Marcel Har, Maria Zakova, Marina Yarmovich, Marty Miller, Melissa Walker, Michelle Heron, Mirka Grun Roos, MJW, Moa Edmund, Miss Seidenhar, Anna Naley Yang, Nicole Maroney, Nanguen, Nita Macy, Odette, PJ, Syke Sarah, Rachel Peterson, Rebecca C, Renee Church, Sharon Bones, Starla Von Lith, Subi Cordecangas, Tessa Martins, Thomas Marsden, Tia B, Trista Bailey, Tristan Thomas, Vampire Siren, Van Alien, Xenia Green, Youth of the Volume, Zaira Rivera, Zlakov Niponi, and A Flower. A big thank you to my $3 patrons, Botany Benz, Kilone, Daryl Del Rosario, Eden Corlett, Holly Borner, Ivy, Joanna, KPZ, Lindsay Ann, Maria Isabel, Monica Wykers, Ringlov, Tangwatan Nisria Cool, VH, and www.myhoya.shop. And a thank you to my $1 patrons, Alice Borlin, Ann C, Brandon Pacheco, Couture Helvetica, Deepanjali Rao, Amelia Bronson, Jolie Sullivan, Julie Lafford, Kayla Barbara, Kelly Ash, Kelly Gallagher, Chris Perez, Laura Jackson, Lorianne Subramaniam, Luzmin Fernandez, Mary Diamond, Mary Rose, Amelie Spicer, Nerdy Kathy, Olivia Chin Mueller, Pacific Northwest Plant Lady, Pax Slydig, and Steph Fox.